Hello my friends, Mykel Rena here. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. Friends, I'm sure you've seen hundreds of these little sugar bowls at your local thrift store. And you probably have a lot of little pumpkins left over too from your Thanksgiving decor. So in today's video, I'm going to be combining these two things to make an adorable little pin cushion. That's right, a pin cushion, and this makes an awesome gift or something you can just add to your craft collection or your craft room. So for this project, you're gonna need a little sugar bowl and a little pumpkin. Mine is from the Dollar Tree. So I wasn't really sure how this stem was attached, so I just kind of took my time just to remove it. I made sure not to yank it because I didn't know if they used glue, stitching, what they did. But they did use some hot glue, which I tried to pick at and I wasn't really successful at removing. You'll also need, if you want to embellish it, you'll need a little rhinestone button like I've got here. I purchased mine at Hobby Lobby. And you'll need a needle. Now, you'll see in a moment that I chose the wrong size needle because I chose one that was perfect for the embroidery floss that I'm going to be using and perfect for the button that you'll see me use next. But the needle itself, the head of the needle, ended up being too big for the rhinestone button on top. So just make sure you test your needle through your buttonholes and through whatever you're using on top for embellishment. And you don't have to embellish this. You can skip this step completely. You can just stick the pumpkin itself upside down in the sugar bowl. You can also, hot glue a button on top or a rhinestone. It's up to you. But I chose this method here, and it's really easy. You do not need to be a seamstress to be able to do this. You just need to be able to thread a needle and to be able to push it through fabric and tie a knot, and it really is that easy. Okay, so once I have my needle threaded, I'm going to turn my pumpkin upside down and I'm going to use a button for the underside. And this is just going to help us keep the button on top in place. So it's going to actually give us kind of like some leverage to be able to tighten the button on top. And you'll see me do that in a second. So I'm still trying to pick at this glue here, but it's really not coming off. So yeah, eventually I just kind of gave up. So now what I'm going to do is place my button on the underside where we remove the stem. So this is a bigger button. This isn't my embellishment button, but I still chose something pretty anyway, because for me, if you're new to my channel, I like things on the back side, on the bottom side, even areas that you may never see to still look pretty. That's just me. But you don't even, like I said, you don't have to do this step at all. You could just hot glue your button on top and call it a day. But I place my button on the bottom and run my needle through one of the buttonholes. And then I'm going to come up through the top of the pumpkin. If I can find the spot here without poking my fingers, just be careful. And when I pull the needle up through the top, now I'm going to grab my embellishment button, and I didn't tie off the tail of the embroidery floss on the bottom side, and you'll see why in a minute. And I had to go back and switch my needle. So this is where I ended up realizing, whoops, my needle was the head of the needle was too big to fit through the top button that I was using for embellishment. So I came through the top again once I rethreaded everything. And now I'm going to put my needle through the button itself. That's going to be the embellishment for the top. And then go down under that to secure it in place. And when I come through the bottom, sorry, the bottom, I'm gonna go through the second buttonhole on the bottom. So my button on top is secure because I went through the loop. And now my button on the bottom, see, I've got one strand in each hole. And you can use this to tie the button on top as tight as possible. So what I did was I tied it too tight, so the button on top ended up being in too much of a dip. And so my pumpkin ended up basically, you know, looking like it ate a sour ball. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I tied this off. I tied it way too tight, and it created a really nice divot. Like, you could use this all by itself, just like this, as a pin cushion as well. So, you know, if you can't find a sugar bowl, you can even use a teacup for this. You can get really creative with this, and this makes a really nice handmade gift too. I'll be using this in my craft collection, but in the beginning I mentioned it, you know, you could use it for yourself, but it makes a really, really nice gift for somebody who likes to collect, you know, little silverware pieces or thrifted pieces, antique pieces, things like that. Okay, so you'll see here what I was talking about, that I tied it too tight. Looks pretty. Looks lovely like that. Like I said, that itself right there could be the pin cushion all on its own. Pretty on both sides, top and bottom. And then I put it in the sugar bowl eventually. Yep, here we go. And oh no, it like ate a sour ball. The whole center, the button in the center just got squished, so you can't really see it. So what I did was I just undid everything I did. I cut it out. I cut off the button on the bottom, cut the embroidery floss. I redid it. I didn't tie it tight at all. So I kind of left the pumpkin the way that it was, like with the stem. So I did not tighten the knot. And there we go. So way, way better. You can see the button on top. It's not like, you know, squished down in the center, if you guys know what I mean. And then now I found these pretty pearl head pins at Mykel's. I used to have tons of these, but lately I'm finding that they have like those multicolored ones. And if you like those, great, but I personally do not. They drive me crazy for some reason. They annoy me. I don't know what it is, but I went with the plain pearl head pins. I've been looking for the ones with like sort of like the raindrop shaped pearl on top. Couldn't find any, but I'm still hunting for those. I might make some myself. We'll see. And here I'm just placing my little pins all around my little pin cushion. And they don't have to be even or anything, just something that looks cute. And that is it. That is so easy. A little sugar bowl pin cushion that took less than 15 minutes to do. And it makes a great gift. And let's see how I displayed it.